point, it's really a privilege to manifest what happened 42 years ago when I had the extreme privilege of having dinner with Bucky Fuller when I was working with him. And one of the things that he shared with me is make sure if you want to make a difference in the world, you associate with the right people. Your environment is everything. And as you know, Bucky spent a majority of his life focusing on you change the people by changing the environment. And that literally are the people that I'm talking to right now. You know, it's really a gift to see people who understand that though we are spiritual beings, we incarnated into form. I mean, you're over there, I'm over here in form, in this illusion that we play in this world of form and bodies, going through a lot of things that will somehow test us, but I really think it's a curriculum. And what that curriculum is intended to do is to have us grow, and that's exactly what you're doing. You know, one of the things that thrilled me about joining you was not only fulfilling the prophecy that Bucky gave me about associating with the right people, but you've had the ability to create the Know Thyself and the Entrepreneur, which is, to me, like I talked about in the last session, it's the tip of the rocket and the context of the fuel to put it up. And there's your spiritual self, which we are spiritual beings, but yet we've chose to come into form, which is that tip of the rocket. And we are here on a planet that does both. We must marry both to get this place out of the darkness and into the light. And those are the people that I want to associate with. I don't do this for everybody, but when I see two angels in front of me like you, I'd be remiss to not jump on that ship. And that's that rocket ship that we're all on. So I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to share with you, because the days of one leader taking us out of the darkness is past. We are now into connecting with each other to becoming one. And you cannot do that without the contrast, which is the polarity we live in, of form, business, content, and the spiritual endurance to see it through to the end. So it's a privilege for me to join with people who understand that you obviously have gone through the evolutionary steps. And I know it hasn't always been easy, but let me tell you something. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And we're all still here.
Yes.
Now, what's coming, what I'm excited about moving forward with you is in the content, in the world of entrepreneur and business, is to provide you and navigate ourselves into the world of form and money and the world of interchange and energies of the business world, which so many of us get lost in. And so many of us that expose ourselves to sometimes the toxicity of the ego that will go into scarcity. We have a golden opportunity to change all that. And it's not just the content. It's not just some of the things. And I'll be talking with you more, but I do want to share with you that we will be talking about negotiations. How do we interact in the business world and play win-win when you're with somebody who's a shark? You know, how can you survive? So I will be providing a lot of great content that literally took 40 years to put together, and your audience will have the privilege of not having to go through 40 years of trial and error and learning experiences. They could get it now. That's the platform that you guys are providing here. And the other part of that is that I'm really excited about in the Know Thyself series is the spiritual endurance to see it through. Because when you get into that darkness, and every spiritual being out there listening to me right now understands that the minute you take that step, what's going to come up is the opportunity and the invitation to grow. And it can be painful, but it doesn't have to be. And that's the spiritual side of Know Thyself, that the two coupled together, the content and the spirituality that we are, we can make this place a heaven on earth. You know, and that is my goal, to join with you to provide that. And I have no doubt that a year from now it's going to look different. It has to look different. We're going to have different challenges, and the darkness is going to be not a place to shy away from, but the leaders that will be listening to this, that gain the value of what you both are providing, will have the compass to find their way home. And where is home? It's the place we all came from. And we came down here for one mission and one mission only, and that's to serve, to add value, to water that tree, not to get the fruit, but to love the sake of watering the tree. And I promise you what abundance is, when you get your attention off the fruit, you have all the fruit you need. So I want to really thank you for having the foresight and to trust your spiritual self to go do this. And I know that it hasn't been easy. I know you guys, there's a lot of background work, and I don't associate myself with anybody but warriors. And I got 2 warriors sitting in front of me that I love to be able to work with. So I look forward to spending time with you and spending time with your audience and serving and bearing enough fruit for all.
Thank you.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you, Jeff. I need to just say a word. So that day during your session, during my summing up, I said that in you, we could see Bucky again coming back. But you are really living up to the things, because there are so many people claim to be mentors, but not at all bothered about the community they belong. But you simply, with your flow of words, started sharing and wanted you to be really the person immensely getting connected with the society without anything else in mind. So that is what the greatness you have. Thank you very much, Jeff. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. I've had the privilege of living in 2 worlds purposely, in the world of the corporate arena, in the world of healthcare, in the world of helping children that would have never been alive today if they didn't do that, and trying to turn a profit, and it hasn't always been easy. But the only thing that got me through was the words of people like Bucky, Buddha, Jesus, Mandela, Aziza, Das, all of you. So you're in good company. But really, what got me through, what is the light in the darkness for me, is to know that I'm not alone. And also the spiritual path that I took to get there, and to couple those together. What better platform than what you guys have created here? So I'm on board. You point and I'll show up.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Like what Aipaji said, we talked about Bucky a lot, and the audience know, and I think we need to say it again, that to be having you on board here, being with Bucky right now, being with us, that is like across generations we are able to get supported, and we are really blessed for that. We are able to hold that energy together in your guidance as well. There's a long way to go, and we are really grateful for the blessings we are getting with you with us in this journey. Really,
I'll give you a virtual hug right now.
Thank
you. Look for me in Singapore and India. You point and we'll show up.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. We definitely look forward to that. You're
God
going to show up much faster than physical. You're going to go all over much faster than physical. Thank you so much.
Yes, well, bless you guys. Thank you so much.
It's actually a very good experience, and I find that because as a speaker and you start to listen to the other mentors that's in this ecosystem, and I'm actually so blessed that I've been invited to speak and be part of this. Because when you look at the series that we have actually crafted out, it's all stringed up in such a sense that you need to listen to every different episodes to really see the full picture of how we can grow, right? Because as a mentor myself, we also look at how do we always develop ourselves. So by listening to other mentors, it also reaffirms some of the values and some of my teachings that I'm delivering to my own audience, and that's actually very important. And this is how this series is, right? The whole of the talking about know thyself in different angles. So you need to be in different sessions to really experience it.
Gosh, it's been so amazing, and it was amazing to come on the call tonight and hear you talk so profoundly around consciousness, which is where I started this whole journey with you several weeks ago, and really tying that full circle of all the other pieces are important, yes, but if it comes from a disconnect with what we really are, consciousness, life, then it's disconnected. And it can only be haphazardly done. Might seem brilliant from a human perspective, but it lacks this vastness of what we really are. So thank you for really, really putting emphasis on that. That's
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm glad to be here, and I'm very happy that you invited me to the Know Thyself, although I was quite new to this Go Global platform. Yeah, and thanks to Randy who invited me as well. So my experience here with Go Global is that, okay, my topic was nature and you. um, it was so exciting because I love all the live series, the live event. All the speakers I get to learn a bit of things. It's very enlightening. It's very inspiring to me. Yeah, although we all have started, so and all of us are very conscious. So the word consciousness comes in because some of us are conscious from the beginning of life, some are not. So
I'm from Peru,
Yes,
and now I'm living in Colombia. But I most of the time in Japan, in Asia, actually in Singapore.
yes.
And it's been an amazing journey to be part of this team, for the opportunity to share. We are facing really critical times in our human history. We are at the brink where we are deciding whether we go this way or that way. And well, businesses are, a really very important part in our society, and it is really timely that we talk about transforming the way we do business. Today, the first part of the this sharing was actually quite powerful, since I really love what you share.
Today, I really appreciate the opportunity, the company, and I feel that we are changing the world from within.
Hi, Sean.
Hey, namaste.
Namaste.
Well,
Namaste. Great. Lovely to see you.
so happy to see you all. Wow. I just feel very beautiful, very powerfully, Maria, what she just said about this is a time of change. As I've been watching and we've been moving through this series and such, of course, I'm in New York City, in the epicenter of the US coronavirus lockdown, and it's intense, and I won't go into how intense it is, and that's okay. But this has been a test for every individual and a test for the globe, all of humanity as a whole. And I truly believe it is a stepping stone we really are. And how we will deal and how we will come together. Will we come together? There are the people causing the vitriol and really causing so much violence within the soul. And then there are those like you, like us, who are saying, no, this is an opportunity to come together, to raise the consciousness. And